Hi, and welcome to another installment of the rodeo discussion video chat with Rich and Kelly. My esteemed colleague Rich and I both are coordinators for the National Community Transportation Rodeo, and we like to give you some insight as to the rodeo over the next 6 weeks to give you information as to how you can register your driver yourself and the aspects of the rodeo, how it's a safety event, and it's a big benefit to your transit agency to participate.
Yeah, registration's open now, isn't it, Kelly?
Registration is open now on our website, and we have an area where you can go and register your driver, register yourself, or any of your supervisors or employees as judges.
So, Kelly, if I was a judge or driver, especially for drivers, they want to make sure they got a spot. How would they go about that registration process on the website?
Well, Rich, it's very simple. Just going to our webpage, go to ctaa.org, and just click on Expo. Every year, the rodeo is the precursor to CTAA's annual Expo, and this year's no different. So just go to the website, go to Expo, and then along the top row of the Expo website, you'll see rodeo.
Yeah, it seems like it's about the seventh one down from the left.
Seventh one, yes. Sixth or seventh, or maybe even eighth. But yes, probably the seventh tab there. And just pull that down, and you'll get great information about the rodeo. To register as a driver, we've done the format a little bit differently this year. We're going old school, so that you can just click on the PDF page, print it out, and fill it in, and then fax it back to us, or scan it and email it to me, or to the contact on the bottom of the sheet. This way we'll register your driver. They don't need to have a set email like they did last year. So it's a simple process, and it's proven effective when we've done it in the past.
Now, Kelly, what if I'm a supervisor or a manager and I don't know who my driver is going to be yet, but I want to make sure that that driver has a spot in the rodeo? What can we do about that?
That's a great question, Rich. What we have is a reservation form that's available. If you're a state association or state DOT or even a transit agency, and you know there's going to be a driver coming from your event, but you don't know who it's going to be, there is a reservation form on the website, the rodeo webpage, where, again, it's PDF form. You download it, fill it in, and you can send it to me, and it'll ask you for when your rodeo date is. So if I don't hear back from you after a couple weeks after your rodeo, I'll just touch base with you to see if there was someone you wanted to register, and help you through that registration process.
And I know we always need judges. How can judges get involved in the process?
We do always need judges. Judges are the backbone of this event. We can't do it without judges. For those of you who haven't judged in the past, it's a great networking opportunity. There's transit professionals from all facets of the industry, whether it's transit managers, consultants, state DOTs, or even federal representatives are out there judging this safety event. So we have a form to be a judge as well. Same place. What is it? The seventh tab, I think, across.
Might be the sixth, actually.
Might be the sixth tab across.
Just the one that says rodeo.
Rodeo.
Mm-hmm.
That's the thing. Click on the rodeo, and then you'll see the forms, and there's one for judges. Now, as a judge, if you volunteer to be a judge, what you'll receive is your meals for free on the day of the rodeo. That's Sunday, June 2nd.
And a t-shirt.
And a t-shirt and a lapel pin that you can wear to all your meetings. But you also receive a banquet ticket, and I must say it is one of the best meals of the week.
Best meal of Expo Week, no doubt.
Yes. So we accept all volunteer judges, whether you have experience or not. If you're inexperienced, this is your first time, we will put you with experienced judges. Everybody has a good time, and they'll show you what exactly to do, but we'll also have a judges briefing on Saturday, June 1st at the host hotel.
Yeah, and stay tuned to these videos. We'll do a more extensive run-through of the schedule once we get a little closer to the event. Last question, Kelly.
Yes.
If I'm with a state association or a DOT and I want to sponsor, contribute a little to the rodeo to make sure it's a success, how can I do that?
Well, that's a great point, Rich. Again, another great question. Sponsorship helps us to provide awards, help us towards the meals of this event, and just putting on the event. We're very thankful for our sponsors in the past, state associations, state DOTs, as well as vendors that have sponsored meals for the event, the rodeo banquet. So we're always looking for sponsors. We have two areas of sponsorship. One is for state DOTs, state associations, $100 contribution.
That's a good deal.
It's a very good deal, and you get a lot of exposure because we drop your name every chance we get, and as a way to say thank you to sponsoring this event. The form for that is also online at the Expo/Rodeo website, so it's easy to go out, fill out a form. And then if you're a vendor or someone who wants to do even more, we have our events manager who is booking sponsorships for not only the expo but for rodeo, things like breakfast, lunch, bottled water, things like that.
What about power bars? Can you do power bars?
There's Power Bars is also another great sponsorship.
Mm-hmm.
And to get in touch with our management meeting planners, you can send an email to convene@aol.com, and I'll spell that CONVENE @AOL.com.
That sounds great.
That's great, Rich, and it's all right there on the website, but there's much more on the website. What are some of the other things people can learn about?
Sure. Well, right now on the current 2013 Expo Rodeo site, there's a few other things that provide some more information on this year's rodeo and all rodeos that we've had in the past. First is the Rodeo Guide, which is a very technical document providing all of the obstacles in the driving course, the technical requirements, the rules, the policies that we use to set up the rodeo. So it's all at your fingertips. You can come prepared knowing what's going to be in the event each year, and that's a PDF download right under the Rodeo Guide header. Also under that header, sorry, Carly.
No, I was just going to say, so if I was a transit system and my driver was going to practice, is that a document I could use?
Yeah, just download that, and you can use that to set up the same obstacle alignments that we have on the course. We can't tell you what order they're going to be, so that's going to be, no one will have that information beforehand, so everybody's playing on the same field. But there's dimensions on how far the cone should be set up and where judges stand to observe and that type of thing.
Are those exact measurements?
Well, they're depending on the vehicles and the site requirements that we have, but they're a general framework for how the rodeo is set up, and it's not going to vary too much from there. So that's a great document you can find right at your disposal on the rodeo site. Also on there is a list of the all-time winners from the 24 or 23 years past. We're on our 24th year of rodeo coming in to this event.
I might have to correct you on that, Rich. I believe we only have 10 years worth, maybe 12 years of documented.
Yes.
Because before we didn't use computers, and it was all manual.
I don't remember that era in working.
So we're still trying to recreate the 90s results.
Sure, but at least you can see who's won in recent years. And as a complement to that, we're working on a much more extensive permanent rodeo site that'll be available all year long at the CTA homepage. That's going to have photos, videos, all-time winners, pretty extensive information, so a great collection of patches and pins. So some really cool stuff on where rodeo has been in the past. So look forward to that coming in the future. Also, on the current page, you can download the rodeo schedule for this year, which will have times and locations on where everything's going to be, and that will get updated a few more times before the rodeo. And then, like I said earlier, we're going to have a whole video chat like this one on the rodeo schedule. Probably in early to mid-May, we'll talk about that.
That's great. So folks should check back on a regular basis, and they'll see our permanent webpage soon.
Yeah, we'll be looking forward to telling you about that in just a couple weeks. And stay tuned for some more of these rodeo talk videos with Kelly and I. And please go ahead and register yourself as a judge or driver in the next few weeks, and you have all the way up until the event starts to make sure you have a spot. So
it's good information. Well, thank you again for joining us, and we'll be back in a couple weeks with more information about this year's National Community Transportation Rodeo. Thank you.